The NBA is officially back in action, and I could not be more excited for this season of hoops. In my opinion, it's never too early to call your shot, and that's exactly what's going to happen right here. Welcome to Make It or Take It here on Penn State Sports Night. I'm your host, Nolan Collery, and with me today are two pro hoops fanatics, excited to share their thoughts and takes to the world, LaRosa and Matthew Blutig. We have a very simple game lined up. I'm going to present a take on an NBA team to one of my dear friends. If they agree with my take, they keep possession of my show. If they have to disagree with what I say, it's a turnover to the other analyst. Now the tip-off is going to fall to Nick, so I hope you're ready to play. Nick, hear me out on this one. New Orleans Pelicans are playing like one of the best teams in basketball right now, and I think that if they stay healthy, they are an easy top 5 seed in the West. What do you think?
Well, Nolan, I'm running with you on this one. And with the addition of Zion Williamson back healthy, you're adding him to a roster that made the first round of the Western Conference playoffs last year after that close playing game with the Clippers. And then you have guys like C.J. McCollum, veterans like Jonas Valanciunas, Larry Nance Jr., breakout role players like Jose Grand Theft Alvarado, and then young defensive stud Herb Jones, and of course scoring machine Brandon Ingram. You have a team that, like I said, if they stay healthy, they have all the right young, hungry pieces to make a run in NOLA.
Absolutely. It feels like we've been waiting for all the pieces to fall together in New Orleans for quite some time. Zion heralded as a high prospect, drafted first overall not too long ago. It feels like the pieces are falling together. So it remains your ball here on the show. Let's take it to number 2 on the night. The Sixers are off to an 0-3 start. And, slow starts can build into slow finishes for NBA teams. The streaky offense, the undisciplined defense, I'm not saying that it's too late for the Sixers already. However, I don't like what I see too far. Should I still be worried?
Well, Nolan, I'm not too concerned on them. I think they'll be okay. Ben Simmons' absence is definitely more noticeable this year on the defensive end than it was last year. And Joel Embiid, he's looking kind of sluggish to start the season on the defensive end. And another weird thing, they have an all-NBA defense player, Matisse Thybulle, and he's only played a total of 3 minutes this season in last Saturday's loss to the San Antonio Spurs. What we have seen, however, are solid offensive performances to start the season from Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, and now Joel Embiid, who just dropped 40 points in that loss to San Antonio. When you have those guys clicking, all on the same page, with, of course, Tobias Harris, the addition of corner three-point specialist P.J. Tucker, and a slightly revamped bench, I think they will stay the Eastern Conference contenders that they have been for the last few years and hopefully finally take that next step that they can to reach the Eastern Conference Finals and their main hope, the NBA Finals.
You make a good point. However, unfortunately, I'm not happy with their start, which means that is going to be a turnover. Show's going to you, Matthew, now. Another team in the East that I'm a lot higher on than a lot of people is the Chicago Bulls. The addition of Andre Drummond, now shooting threes apparently. I think that they're a team you don't want to play in the playoffs this year. What do you think?
See, I'm going to take the ball and I'm going to dribble it to the other end of the hoop, and I'm going to slam it down because I completely agree with you on this. The Bulls are Eastern Conference Finals contenders. Call me crazy, but I genuinely believe that. DeMar DeRozan was on an MVP campaign last year, okay? Putting up 20-plus points, 5-plus rebounds, and 5-plus assists. Keep in mind, he's getting older and he's getting more dangerous. That is scary for opponents, okay? You do not want to see that. And then put him together with a guy like Zach LaVine, who in this offseason, the organization just signed to a $215 million deal for 5 years. So it's very apparent they want to build their organization around him, right? And you also have the pieces in place right now to help Zach LaVine get to that place, right? Zach LaVine's a 3-level scorer and really does everything. So the money was well-deserved there. But now you got guys like Nikola Vucevic, Kobe White, Andre Drummond, all that are so impactful at what they do. Kobe White, great ball handler, can facilitate incredibly. And then you have guys like I mentioned, Nikola Vucevic. I like, as crazy as I sound right now, I like compared to Rudy Gobert, Yeah, I know. You made that face at me?
Yeah.
He's big. He gets boards. He's a glass guy. And he does the small things that people don't realize that make teams contenders. So I really, really like the Bulls this year. And I know people are going to call me crazy, like I said. but they are Eastern Conference Finals contenders.
No, I'm not sure I'm that high on them. However, you do agree with me. It's still your ball. I'm not very sure about the Rudy Gobert comparison, but hey, we'll see how the season plays out. Anything can happen. So we're going to stay in the Eastern Conference and talk about the Orlando Magic, a young team that I think is finally taking steps in the right direction. However, people are talking about a possible play-in or even playoff spot for them. In an East that's this deep, I don't buy it this year. What do you think?
You see, they started off 0-3 right now, right? Everyone's freaking out in the NBA. Oh my God, we're tanking for Wembanyama. You're crazy, okay? The Magic are really, really good. They're solid, okay? In my opinion, they are a young squad. The average age, if you were to add their starters, the ages up and then divide it by 5, it's 23, which is the youngest in the league. So you have a good Cole Anthony, who still has room to develop. You have Jalen Suggs. You have Terrence Ross, who's averaged 17 points in the past 3 games. I think that's a little bit of a fluke, but I don't think he's going to keep it up. But he adds veteran leadership to the team. Okay, you have guys like Wendell Carter Jr., who is similar to Mitchell Robinson. You dump the ball off underneath to him, and he just gets easy looks. He cleans up on the glass as well. You have guys like that. You have so many players that can make an impact, and then you have guys like Caleb Houston. Okay, new, he's a rookie. You have Franz Wagner. I love Franz Wagner. He can shoot the lights out of the ball. He is an outrageously good player that just is not talked about enough, okay? I think he was and still is one of the best players in that rookie class. This team really just, I don't think has clicked yet. They were put as +7 underdogs according to Vegas today, which is crazy to me. So people are clearly not seeing the hype around them, but I think they could steal a play-in spot for sure.
Well, you disagree with my take, which means that's the end of the game. You both scored on one and you both turned it over on one, which means our winner is me. That's going to be it for tonight here on Make It, Take It. For Nick LaRosa, Matthew Blutig, and Penn State Sports Night, I'm Nolan Collery. And here's to a great season of NBA hoops.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night. We hope you liked that segment.
And we're sure there's other Penn State Sports Night segments that you are going to love as well. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content.
And check us out on social media for updates and behind the scenes clips and pics. Follow us on Twitter at PSSN TV and on Instagram at PSU Sports Night to keep up with all the action.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.